Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. It's 12:04 on Heartfelt Horizons with myself, Yasmin KT. The focus of the show is to give airtime to an NPO who's doing amazing work like we just did now with Just for Women. And today I'm talking to Khair Lifestyle, Mehnaaz Mahomed from Khair Lifestyle. Welcome to the show. She's the founder of Khair Lifestyle. She's a wife, a mom of three girls. She's a licensed counselor and supervised contact practitioner, accredited both nationally and internationally, and a mental health advocate. Welcome to the show, Minaz. Assalamu
Jazak-
alaikum.
Walaikum salam and Jazakallah for having me.
It's a pleasure. I know I just read your beautiful bio out now. Could you tell, but I want you to tell us more. Can you tell us more about yourself and what inspired you to start Khair Lifestyle?
Okay, so you basically gave my background, but I'm a specialist wellness counselor with an honors degree in psychology, accredited both nationally and internationally. I'm also a life coach and supervised contact practitioner. I have knowledge in many different mental health disciplines, such as neuro linguistic programming, trauma release therapy, psycholegal work, reunification and reintegration training, and neurofeedback. Her lifestyle started, let's say mental health and wellness and helping people navigate through different life situations has always been a passion of mine.
Mhm.
I believe that this passion, along with my personal characteristics, inspired her lifestyle. It gives me both passion and purpose. And for me, if I can inspire or change one person's life, I have achieved my purpose. So that's how her lifestyle was developed as a support mechanism through for those going through difficulties.
MashaAllah. Well done. Minaz, where did the name Khair Lifestyle? Can you talk more about how you came up with your name of Khair Lifestyle?
Okay, khair means goodness.
Hmm.
And in everything in life, we always want the best. So khair was inspired by wanting to see the best in situations, wanting goodness in our lives, wanting goodness in everything around us. So that's how the name came about. So we hope to embody that within Khair Lifestyle, to live a good life, to have goodness in everything that we do.
MashaAllah. Could you elaborate on how self care and self advocacy are taught through the lens of optimism at Khair Lifestyle?
Sure. Self care and self advocacy is something that we teach to our clients. Obviously, everyone goes through their own situations, own difficulties within themselves, and every client is unique, and every client has their own unique situation. So we try to give our clients the skills, the necessary skills, educate them, empower them in such a way that they will be able to implement those skills into their daily life, so that they will be able um, to deal with life situations on their own, in their own real life situations, and not just within our office.
Okay, what life situations have you come across that seems to be the struggle? What are some of those life situations? Can you share?
Yeah, sure. So right now, there's a lot of struggles that we've seen. A lot of divorce cases are coming through. People are finding it very difficult to navigate those situations. A lot of unresolved trauma, especially within our with ladies, because subconsciously they have this trauma which they haven't dealt with. Some of them don't even know that they have these traumas. There's a lot of those situations. There's a lot of substance abuse, a lot of couple related issues that we are seeing now. And often what we find is that there is a miscommunication
Mhm.
between couples and miscommunication between families, which often results in a lot of difficulties and challenges that it presents itself with.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you agree with Kuresha. She was on earlier and she was talking about couple therapy and that we shouldn't wait too long or till the end. When again, I asked her the question, when is a good time to start couple therapy? I'm gonna ask you that question as well. From your point of view, when do you think it's a good time to start couple therapy?
Couples therapy doesn't only have to start when you have a problem. Often, what we have is a break in communication or misunderstandings, and maybe we're trying to communicate something to our partners, and they, not seeing it from our perspective. So, in that sense, whenever you realize that there is an issue that needs help, then you can choose couples therapy. Another thing is that when we go through a marriage, we go through different stages within our marriage. So we start off at the honeymoon phase, and then the children come into play, and then we move forth and we become adults, older adults, and then we move into our an older generation. And there's different life transitions at different phases, and we change with those times, and our needs change with those times. And we can't always assume that what our needs and wants was when we began this relationship is going to remain constant throughout the relationship. So it's important for us to, revisit where we are at this moment, what our needs are at this specific moment in time, what should we work on, what does children leaving the home mean for a couple? Because obviously when children are around, they could create sort of a distraction, and then we forget how to live with our partners. So it's to go through couples counseling. It doesn't need to have there's no need for a problem to be there. It's more of trying to find yourselves again, and if you need some direction into the way in which this relationship needs to go, then you should definitely consider couples counseling.
Oh, mashallah. I think that's what we need to do. We need to encourage it more, because people feel like they're in trouble if they have to go to a counselor or a psychotherapy with regards to their relationship. So yeah, we need to make that more open about it and make people more comfortable with regards to that. I strongly feel that. I also know that you do, your center works on the mind, body, soul. How do you integrate that into your counseling?
Okay, so Khair Lifestyle, it is what it says it is. It's a lifestyle. It integrates the mind, body, and soul, in saying that, we are not a religious-driven community, but the mind is not without the body, and vice versa. So how we perceive things, our mental health, all of these things affects the way in which our body functions. For example, if we take depression, it comes with its own sort of circumstances and challenges, like insomnia, fatigue, all of these things. So our mental health is so vital to the way in which we live in the way in which we live our lives and our physical health. So we need to be able to advocate for mental health the way in which we advocate for our physical health. Because if we have a positive mind, if our mind is taken care of, we are able to deal with different situations more openly, more calmly. We're not feeling so overwhelmed, So it's very important that we give preference to our mental health the way we give preference to our physical health.
Yeah, like mind fitness, something to that. With regards to that, mind fitness is something very important, and I agree with you with that. When we get back from the break, we'll be discussing more with Khair Lifestyle. We'll tune in soon when we come back from the break. Jazakallah. God, again, tongue twisted. Why do I get tongue twisted?
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media, your humanitarian broadcaster.
Number 7.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with many appeal organizations in Gaza. Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and freezer card calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Kids these days are smart, and when you're competing for their attention against their smartphones, you need to make smart choices, like using Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil in every meal you make. It's naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether you're cooking, frying, or baking, you get the great tasting results that'll get their attention faster than the latest app. And if that doesn't work, change the Wi-Fi password. Sunfoil. Now we're cooking.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Welcome back, and I'm speaking to Mehnaaz Mahomed from Khair Lifestyle. Khair Lifestyle is a personal development and holistic wellness center. It offers individual, couple, and family group counseling and coaching. Their mission is to support and empower their clients so they may live their best life in a holistic way, incorporating the mind, body, and soul. Mehnaaz is also currently working on a sister company called FamLink, and when we get back now, let's talk more to Mehnaaz about FamLink. Mehnaaz, can you share more about that? I know you got a sister company coming up called FamLink, and it focuses on meditation. Do you want family planning and family therapy? Do you want to share more with our listeners?
Sure. So FamLink is sort of in the pipelines. It focuses on mediation, parenting plans, family therapy. It's come about because of what I've been dealing with lately is a lot of divorce cases and a lot of couple and separation issues. And what happens is often that the parents forget that they have kids and they sort of project their feelings and emotional judgments onto their kids. And I think that with FamLink, we will be able to provide a more civil way in which couples deal with their separation. And in that way, we can focus also on more on the family and how the family can sort of, even though they are separated, can still live in a harmonious way.
It's reducing the trauma of that childhood, because that's another topic that you speak, that you work a lot with, is resolving childhood trauma. Do you want to elaborate more on that?
Yeah, sure. So childhood trauma is something that comes up quite, within your present day life. And some of us have it, and we don't actually know that we have the childhood trauma. But what happens is that it manifests itself in different ways into our lives. So whether it's in the interactions that we have with people, whether it's how we, address some certain situations, how we deal with our children, how we deal with conflict, it manifests itself in different ways in our life, and often we don't know that we have it. So childhood trauma is something that comes up, and we need to identify that there is a problem, or that our coping mechanisms are sort of not where they should be. Like I said, it happens subconsciously. Some people are not even aware that they have it. So it's quite a prominent thing that we find with a lot of people, especially women, which gender roles are sort of dictated to us. So responsibilities come along with that, and we I find that a lot of the women don't know that they have this trauma. And what happens is that they thought to deal with it in a certain way, or sort of not to deal with it. And it affects everything about them. It affects their personality. It affects the way they deal with their children. It affects how they live their lives, because they are sort of told by culture, by tradition, of how they should be, instead of living their life on how they need to be.
Why do you think it's women, mostly women, again, that come in with not knowing they have these childhood traumas? Is there reasoning for that? Again, I know you mentioned the cultural, I know you mentioned the traditional, but is there any other aspects that come into play?
Sure, it's learned behavior. We have this learned behavior that we sort of brought up with. It's Gender roles are determined by society, by our families, by our backgrounds. And what happens is that we learn these things. And why we can't identify it is because it becomes a normal thing for us. So we don't know that we actually have this trauma. We don't know that we actually have, these coping strategies which are not good for us. So it comes with a lot of learned behavior. And the thing is that because we're in it for such a long time, it's so difficult for us to identify that we have these behaviors.
Okay, so you help us, or help the client navigate through finding this childhood trauma, correct in saying so? Is there a process that you go through? Is there a few exercises or tools that you could give us for our listeners? Just something so that they could take note,
Okay, so firstly, we need to realize that something is not okay. Whether it's the way in which we communicate, or whether it's the way in which we live our lives, we need to come to that accepting that there is a problem. Then we need to identify the trauma, which can be very difficult because we don't know exactly what is the trauma. In order for us to sort of deal or address these issues, it's important to stay connected to our support systems. We can find healthy activities to help with self-expression, like art therapy, or whatever it is that sort of you are into. Exercise generally helps, getting some fresh air. Our diets affect a lot of the way in which our body functions. So it's important for us to keep a good diet. Our sleep routines affect a lot of the way we function. So we must, practice good sleep routines. We can practice mindfulness and relaxation techniques. You can attend support groups. There are so many stress management strategies that are out there that can help cope with it. And if all these things fail, go and seek help, seek professional help. And in that way, you will be able to uncover what the trauma is and what the trauma is about, and maybe work on it if it's not something that's sort of prevalent to you at this point in time.
Jazakallah for that. And I see you do a lot of meditation. How do you incorporate the meditation into your parent planning, and how does it play a crucial role in family therapy? Do you want to elaborate on that?
Sure. So it's not actually meditation, it's mediation.
Oh,
Okay.
is
So
it?
mediation between different parties.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So the mediation between different parties is when either party is separated or going through a divorce. Often what happens is that when there's a litigation and the matter goes to court, it becomes such a trauma for the whole family. So what mediation offers is basically a more civil way in dealing with it. It's a more fair and more dignified manner in dealing with separation or divorce. It's quicker than going through courts. The couples have a better control over the whole process. There's more support provided for the couples. There's more support provided for everyone involved, the couples, the children, all of that. And what happens is in mediation, what we focus on, if there are kids involved, is the mediation is directed at what are the kids' best interests. So that's often something that is good for within mediation. And we develop parenting plans, which is convenient for both parties. We teach, within mediation, we sort of force couples to cooperate and work together in coming to an amicable solution, which is beneficial to both of them. So what this does is that it builds a relationship post-divorce, post-separation. And I think that's very important, because what happens is that your responsibilities as a couple comes to an end in divorce and separation, but your responsibilities as a parent doesn't. So it's very important for us to make that process a good process, so that the outcome can be good, and and we can still be good parents even though we are not together, in a sense.
I mean, maybe meditation will come in to help them find the inner peace. We're having a little joke here in studio about the type of the mediation and meditation. So yeah, maybe it could help out there. But Jazakallah so much for sharing. And then also what I wanted to know is, how do we reach you? How do we get hold of you if we want a session with you? Can you share those details with us before we end this interview?
Sure. So you can call or WhatsApp me on 083-738-1657. Email me on info@khairlifestyle.co.za, or visit my website on www.khairlifestyle.co.za.
Jazakallah so much, Mehnaaz. And any last words for our listeners?
Definitely, put your mental health first, because if our minds are healthy and we have good coping mechanisms to deal with everyday life stresses, there's no life without stress. If we are able to deal with that in a better way, if we are able to react differently, if we are able to see different perspectives, we are able to live a better life. So focus on your mental health. Don't downplay mental health issues. Our mental health is just as important as our physical health.
Jazakallah so much for that, Mehnaaz. And thank you for taking out the time and for your sponsorship towards our NPO. Jazakallah so much. It's much appreciated. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah for having me. Wa alaikum assalam.
Okay, now we're heading.
Time to study. As a mother, all I can really do